Hello Taurus, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your March 2023 monthly check-in reading for you. So if you're new to my channel, what I like to do is I like to pull one major arcana to see the energy and then clarify with a different deck. So what major arcana needs to come out for the sign of Taurus? What's going on for you? We have the Star, so moving on to hopes and dreams right here. This is you looking at what you want to do and what's actually going to make you happy and what your true desire is within your life. So when we see the Star energy, this is connecting to kind of like a wish in a way, but a practical wish. Like some people are going to wish that they could travel to X, Y, and Z planet within their lifetime. That's a very impractical wish, right? However, you can wish and say, I would like to be a fireman or a doctor or something like that. That's a practical wish. And that's also a goal and a dream, right? So that's kind of what I'm seeing with the Star energy. There is a practical wish that you can attain within your life, or that's something that is here for you. So what do we need to know for the sign of Taurus? What's going on for you? I'm going to be using the Revelations Tarot. This deck does have reversals. We have the Moon. Okay. We have the Seven of Swords in reverse. And we have the Six of Pentacles. So with this moonlight energy, I kind of feel like you feel a little bit defeated in a way. You feel a little bit lost in a situation. You're not sure what your goal is. I kind of feel like with the Seven of Swords, someone has gotten away with stealing like your joy right here. And I kind of feel like you're waiting with the Six of Pentacles for someone to hand something to you, like a new opportunity. But I feel like that's all coming from this moonlight energy, but I could be wrong. Like, there are ways that you can read this right here. This could be that you've gotten away with something. You've gotten away with some sort of information on the sly with the moonlight energy, and now you can hand that information off to other people. But let's look at this. We have the Justice, and we have the Four of Pentacles. So here's the thing. I feel like you will receive justice within a situation. I feel like you're holding on and you're waiting for something right here. Maybe someone got away with taking something from you. I do feel like there will be justice, but at the same time, it's shrouded by the moon. I feel like your own emotions right here are not allowing you to see the justice in a situation. Let's look at the Seven of Swords. We have the World and the Eight of Pentacles. I feel like something has been completed. You're just not seeing it that way. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles before I go further. We have the Page of Swords and we have the Ace of Swords. I feel like you want solid proof of something. It's like you want someone to come out and say, I caught this person, or I got this person, or, you know, I feel like in a way, justice is shrouded in mystery. I think you know something good has happened, but at the same time, you're not wanting to move forward until you know beyond anything that situation has been taken care of, okay? I feel like that's what you really want, is you want the world to know something has concluded. And I feel like you're working diligently on trying to get that information so that way you can prove it to someone, so that way you can prove this situation to other people. And I don't think you're going to stop at anything less. I kind of feel like that's the goal right here, is that maybe that is what you are seeking within your life. You're trying to prove a point or prove it to someone else, that someone has gotten away, but you're not going to let them. But I ultimately feel like, though, karmic law has taken effect. You just don't see it yet. So let's see. We have the Four of Wands, we have the Ten of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like something is balanced. I feel like something is balanced already. You just need to look for the balance in a situation. I feel like you can actually celebrate moving forward right here, moving forward in a goal. Maybe this is what's coming up within the next month, is that you are going to prove this. This is your goal within your life. You're going to prove a point to someone or something, or to many people in this world, okay? You're going to find conclusive evidence that is shrouded within mystery, that balances out something completely with the Justice and the Two of Pentacles. That is the goal. That's the point. Or maybe you have all of these setbacks because that's what you're trying to prove right here. What's the Seven of Swords that seems to have gotten away with something? Let's look at that. We have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Moon. Okay. I feel like someone may have gotten away with a little bit of your work right here with some of your ideas, intellectual properties. But I think that you can prove that you own something, or that it was yours, or that you know who this person is. How does that come about for you, Taurus? How can you prove this? The King of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Strength card. I feel like you're going to have an epiphany, a very strong epiphany. If you sit there and you don't really think about too much, you sit there within your emotions, you sit there and you feel through this, you're going to have an epiphany that comes in with this Knight of Swords and this Strength. So some sort of very strong thought. And I don't think it's going to be like mental gymnastics. I kind of feel like that's what you're doing right now, is doing mental gymnastics. I think that you're going to have a thought that comes in, and it seems like on a spiritual level with the King of Cups as well, with the Knight of Swords. So it's like a feeling that's a thought that's very strong, and it's true. Okay? Hold on. I just dropped that card. We have the Ace of Wands coming out. Hold on. Let me get in. There we go. So we have the Ace of Wands coming out, which is a brand new opportunity, a brand new situation being offered to you, a brand new goal and a desire. You have the Five of Cups. You're looking at sadness. You're not seeing what's subconsciously behind you. Subconsciously, what is behind you is that thought. It's that that Ace of Wands with the Two of Cups. King of Wands, Six of Cups, and the King of Swords. Someone is giving you the information of what you need to do in order to attain this thought, in order to prove something, in order to catch someone or to catch something. You need to sit there and kind of be upset about it, right? And think the situation through. Not use mental gymnastics, not any of that, but think the situation through. And it will come to you very kind of like abruptly. Possibly within a dream. Subconscious thought. So a psychic ability, possibly. It's kind of like, you know, imagine someone is trying to solve a crime scene and they've gone over it and over it and over it, but then they finally sit there inside of the crime scene and they think and they feel all the emotions. They're sitting there, they're kind of like meditating in the place, and then it's kind of like their brain is like, oh, the person had to move here because the dresser's there, and so that's the only way out, blah, blah, blah. Like, they're piecing it all together, and it's like the grand epiphany of like, this is how this was done, okay? You have the Page of Wands, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have the Three of Wands. You have to sit there. You have to be stagnant. You have to actually like kind of like show up to a situation, sit there and wait for it to come to you, okay? So you could be going through like a jury situation. You could be, you know, being asked to give a testimony right here. But I feel like before you do any of that, you need to sit there and really think about what you're going to say in a situation, okay? And what you say could be the, you know, the hammer hits the nail on the head. You might be giving a speech right here. You might be trying to break something down to understand something. For example, like a poetry class, possibly. You might be taking a poetry class and the teacher's like, how does this explain this right here? And you're going to sit there and you're going to look at it and you're going to read it and you're going to sit there and feel everything and then explain it all at a later date. The Lover's connection to the King of Pentacles is the High Priestess. Yeah, it's funny. It's like, it's a very short, simple reading. It's the same combination coming out over and over again. We have the Lovers connecting you, the spiritual connection right here between Adam and Eve, the angel blessing them within the garden, a perfect connection to the King of Pentacles right here. who is sitting down trying to gather his thoughts with this high priestess, his epiphany, okay? So this is a very just like simple reading. Is there anything else Taurus needs to know about? So the King of Wands is giving you the idea to the King of Swords, the grand thought. So King of Wands, the ego energy, is reaching up to the higher self. So it's almost like in an ego-based way, reaches the higher self and blends them into that union with that high priestess energy. That is the truth. It's like taking something that's a lower base concept, adding it to a higher base concept, and branching them together. You have the sunlight coming out. So you're going to understand something right here. You're going to have clear illumination. And I feel like when you finally do have that clear illumination, it's going to help you understand more of the stars. Because remember, the sun is a star. So we have the sun coming out. We have the moon coming out. We have the stars. I think we have the moon. I'm pretty sure we had the moon. Yeah, I think we had the moon like twice. Yeah, it's right there. So sun, stars, and moons. That's very important. Maybe you need to look up at the stars. Maybe it's kind of like, for example, astrology. Let's look at that. Astrology is a form of cryptography, okay? Cryptography is concepts of ideas put into one thing. The reason people believe in astrology is that if you take away the horoscope aspect of it, it is actually based in facts, okay? It is the perfect science. It's not a pseudoscience, it's an actual science. I'm not talking about, you know, the horoscope aspect of it. It's that the signs are associated to body parts, which is anatomy, or the planetary systems, right? But each one of the planetary systems rules over different elements, which is chemistry. Each one of these different planets teaches you, like, for example, Helios, heliosphere, helium. When we look at the word sol or soul, it represents the sun. You know, all of these different things correspond to Greek or Roman or Greek or Latin languages. If you can crack the code, you'll understand something. And I kind of feel like, in a way, it's astrology based. And I'm not talking about the horoscope aspect of it. I'm saying that these sciences are put in place in astrology to help everyone gain a broad view of everything. Because you could study chemistry, but then you miss out on the planetary bodies. Like, remember, there's a lot. There's like the sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, all the little planetary systems, or all of the moons. There's, you know, all the constellations. So if you just study chemistry, you miss out on all of the astronomy aspect. If you study just astronomy, you miss out on all the chemistry aspects. It's a cryptography that has everything put in it. Think of like music, for example. Music cryptography helps you understand mathematics. And once again, astrology also has mathematics in it, a lot of mathematics. It's geometry-based system. When we look at music, you know, you have all these different concepts from around the world of sounds, and then they put them all together in a Western form of, or Western idea, and it becomes, you know, the grand staff. It becomes, you know, this music, this sheet music proves this sound. And that's what mathematics is it's like this equation proves this, and this proves the music. That's why you have to solve math forward and then backward. So that's kind of what I'm seeing for you. Is like, you're going to understand something at a very high spiritual epiphany. You're going to understand that, you know, all these words that we use have, like, you know, spiritual meanings, but they also have scientific meanings behind them. They wouldn't add just spiritual context to things if there wasn't a science-based aspect behind them, all right? That's what you have to understand. A lot of religion has an actual science-based or a mathematics system based behind it. Most people just focus on the religion. They're not seeing what's behind it, okay? So let's look at the, a lot of people just say, oh, astrology is horoscopes and it's pseudoscience. No, it's multiple science that are real tangible things based into religious concepts. For example, Gemini rules the hands, but on a spiritual based system, or Gemini is also ruled by Mercury, which teaches you the first planetary body. It also rules the spiritual aspect of the left-hand path, the right-hand path, but the left-hand path and right-hand path are both graph mathematic systems. So left going into the negative, right going into the positive. If you removed everything in the universe, put all matter over here and all nothing over here, you would have two different concepts, right? So that's what this is for you right here, Taurus. It's like understanding something is not a pseudoscience. It's that if you remove the concepts, or if you look deeper into spirituality, you will understand a hidden meaning. So you have tenacity with the stag beetle and wasp, revenge. So I feel like you need to move past revenge right here. I feel like that's something that is a big issue. Or maybe your tenacity will help you get revenge on a situation. By you understanding a bunch of different things, it will help you like get the final laugh, get the final sting into something. So we have ghost, regret, and we have cauldron, synergy, and healing. I feel like you're going to be able to let go of past regrets right here. I feel like you're going to be able to heal a cycle, heal a situation, something that's kept you hung up for a very long time. You have wid, or word, fate, uncertainty, unknown consequences, acceptance, and trust. The spiritual meaning is the unknowable and the fate. You have fehe, achieve a goal, attract money, succeed in business, attain a promotion, or a new job. Build, reflect. I feel like you need to understand that all of these things that are built upon sciences, they have a spiritual concept behind them, okay? Like when we look at the minarets, I talked about this in Aries reading, when we look at, giant buildings, giant cathedrals, things of that nature, they're based off of mathematic concepts, but they have a spiritual element to them as well. Because remember, each number is associated to a religious system or a religious belief system that corresponds to the mathematical concept. It's kind of like Aesop's fables. It teaches you a truth in a story, okay? Now, I'm not saying all religions are just stories. I'm just saying that there is truth within a work of something. So let's look at your, what is this? I'm trying to think of this. Spirit or spellcasting oracle cards. You have animals and you have career. Focus on animals and that will help with your career right here. Maybe you want to be a veterinarian. Maybe you want to, I feel like animals tie very heavily within your career right here. Maybe you need to focus on like that job that has a animal in it. Like maybe it's a mascot. Maybe it is a, maybe there's an animal outside of you have two businesses that want to hire you, right? One of them has an animal inside of it and one of them doesn't. Maybe that's the one that you're going to get is the one that has the animal in it. So I kind of feel like animals connect heavily to your career right here. It's kind of like, what cereal should you get? And then you see like all these different cereals, and then you see Tony the Tiger on the Frosted Flakes one. Or you see Chester the Cheetah on the Cheetos. It's like, I'm not telling you to eat those foods, they're kind of unhealthy, but I'm just telling you, I feel like there is an animal associated to something. So anyway, Taurus, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.